Hey everybody, welcome to another episode of Let's Open Some Packs, Diggo Decks Edition. I've been really nervous about this video. We're talking about this deck today. Dink. And this is my deck. And I'm really nervous because I want to do a giveaway. So I might have put that in the thumbnail. And I've been, before this video, I was pacing, like, what do I do? I called my wife, and I'm like, what do I do? And my kids are like, you should do this. And I've read comments. I don't know who it was, but someone said, I'll pay for shipping. And someone was like, I'll pay for shipping too. Because I said only USA in the video. I like mentioned the giveaway, and I keep saying, I'm waiting for one more thing to show up. And it hasn't got here. It might actually get here while we're doing this video. And I will post what that is. I'll show that in another video, or maybe on Instagram. Anyway, so yeah, I've been really nervous because I didn't know how to do it, and I'm like, I want to give away something cool. Oh, and I should mention, I never wanted to be a giveaway channel, and I don't mean that in a bad way. I mean that I really like playing cards, and I didn't want to get a lot of. I didn't want to focus on like trying to get people through other ways, you know, like other methods, like giveaways and things, which is cool. Some people do that, and that's how their channel is. Mine's a very chatty channel, as you already know, because we're probably like 2 minutes in, and I haven't even told y'all anything, other than that I've been nervous about the giveaway. So I was like, I could do a global one and just do a single deck, you know, and that's kind of boring. And then I was like, man, I want to do a lot of stuff, because there's stuff that I make that I haven't shown anybody. I only give it away. It's never for sale. So everything I'm going to show you now is not for sale. You might have ordered a deck from me, and you have gotten some of this in the box. Like, I give it away. I give away a lot of this stuff, mostly the stickers. So yeah, so I'm going to show you what you're going to get. And this giveaway is, oh, and one more thing. You ever watch a video from another channel, and they're like, we have a giveaway, and the video is like 10 years old? This video will be about this deck. So if you're here a year from now and the giveaway has already happened, you're going to learn about what Diggo Decks is. So this video is all about what this is about, Diggo Decks, and where it started, how it got here, why this deck, why did I do this one first, and yeah, and like what it's all about. Like, no one's asked about what is that. Like, has anyone ever looked at that? That actually means something. And why I did what I did, why the colors, and why the logo and everything. So I'm going to talk about that. So if you're here and you're like, oh, giveaway, well, that sucks. It's a lot about this deck. And why I'm doing all this stuff, and you'll understand. And then, so yeah, so if you missed the giveaway, sorry, bummer. And maybe I'll do one again. I don't want to do giveaways, and it's not that I don't want to give away. Everybody that knows me knows that everything you're about to see, I have given it to them for free. Have never sold it, and it will never be for sale. What I'm gonna show you, maybe one thing might be like, hey, if you buy some decks, you'll get this. But I'll never be like, this is $1, or anything like that. So I'm only going to sell the deck for now. And the stuff you're going to see will never be sold, ever. So yeah, so let's start with what you get. Oh, and then you're probably wondering, how do I enter the giveaway? We're 3 minutes in. So those of you that made it this far will learn. So the giveaway is only for the United States of America. Before you go, hear me out. The reason for that was, this is why I've been really nervous, because I wanted to do global, but it was like, oh, only a little. Then it's like, oh, then shipping and all these things. It got really complicated. I just sent some decks to Germany. I have family there, and I have family in Mexico too. The ones in Mexico, my mom was going down there, so I was like, hey, bring some decks to this cousin of mine. And that's what she did. And then I have family in Germany, and I shipped a bunch out there, and it was incredibly expensive. And then when they got there, they had to pay a ton of VAT tax. So it turned out to be really, really like 100 euros, something crazy. So I've been really stressed about that because I don't know how to handle it. And I know someone's like, well, I'll pay for shipping. And I'm like, I would never make you pay for shipping. And that's kind of true. So maybe you know someone. So if you're not in the US and you know someone in the US, you can enter the giveaway, and maybe I'll ship it to them. So you just need a US address, and I'll ship it there, and then it's up to you how it gets to you. Maybe they take it to you, maybe you come to visit and they hold on to it for you. Or maybe you pay for shipping. I promise I didn't want to do that. That's like, I'm a liar. But no, I've been really nervous because I didn't want to just do one deck, and you'll see why. So let's get into before I talk about the deck, let me show what everything is, and then after I show you what everything is, I'll explain how you can enter the giveaway, and then I'll start talking about the deck and what Diggo Decks is and what it's all about. Because this deck, it looks very plain, right? And that's something that I think is very very elusive to a lot of people with design and with art and things like this. So let's get started. So I have a box here, and one thing's not here yet. It might even get here while we're talking. So yeah, so if you enter the giveaway, you're going to get three decks. So that will be the first thing. You get 3 decks. So you break one in, maybe you have one for trade, or maybe you really like it, or whatever. You want to keep one in your case. So everyone that, I'm going to do three winners. There will be 3 winners, and each winner will get 3 decks. You will also get a lot of other little things, like you'll get let me move this deck out of the way so we can start stacking everything on here. Nice. You're not going to get this stuff, and you're not going to get this stuff. You're going to get this. You're going to get a use your cards button. So I'll bring it up here so you can see it. And this is actually going to be in my next deck, and I'll explain that. So this is the button you get. You get that. You'll get a logo sticker of Diggo Decks. You will also get a use your card sticker. That's a sticker. And you'll also get a magnet. So this is a magnet. You get this for your fridge. Or wherever you want to put it. Some people put it on their cars. I don't know. Okay, so for the 3 deck, and you'll also get a coaster. You'll get a use your cards coaster, which is what this is up here. So if you ever wanted to know what that was, that's what that is. It's a coaster. I'm not putting any cups on it. I do have a nice glass of ice water, though. It is so good. You know what I'm talking about? Like, it's so, like, hot outside. It's hot where I am. It's delicious, though. It's really cool. Okay, so, sorry. I'm distracting. And then what you're going to get is you're going to get the sticker pack. And this, what I used for this is I actually, you could put it on the deck. So I put one there. Dink. See how that looks. Yeah, because it's a little canvas. You can do stuff on there. And then you're also going to get a pin. And I'll show you what that looks like. Actually, I have one right here that is opened, or not opened, but not in the pack. And that looks like this. And this is a hard enamel pin, right? And it says, "Want to see a card trick?" And there's a reveal. It's a 2 of hearts. So you could, and the little card in his hand is a 2 of hearts as well. You can see it right there. And that's an enamel pin. It's made of metal. And you'll get this one right here. And and these are limited to 100. And this is, you'll get 20. This is number 23, I think. So yeah, so that's this one. That's a pin. And then you're also going to get a pin set. So this one you could probably take out if you want to put it on a backpack. And then this is a special pin set. And again, all of this I've never sold this. This will never be sold. And by the way, Diggo is that guy. And I'll talk about that more about what Diggo is and everything when I talk about the decks. Yeah, and you get, these are two, this is a button down here, a logo button. So I have that. So that looks like that on the back. And the others are pins. So they're like that on the back where you get like the pokey. Yeah, this is also limited. These are limited to 50. There's only 50 of these sets. And these are clear, so I'll show you what that is too. And then you get a little, there's a want to see a card trick on the back. I think that's what it says. Yeah, want to see a card trick. And you can see the buttons there and then the line. But yeah, so then you get this pin set as well. This is the sticker. It's a lot of stuff. So you get all of this in the giveaway, everything here. And there will be 3 winners. Yeah, and that's why I was saying, if you want to enter, maybe you know someone in the US, and then I can ship it to them, and then you can communicate with how you get it. You can have them ship it to you. I would maybe it's so expensive. I don't know if that's something if some of the people that are in like very far away places, could be very expensive. But anyways, the VAT, there's things like that to think of. I like I said, I sent stuff with my mom when she went to Mexico, because it's a lot. It was a lot easier that way. Yeah, and it really hurts me. I was, like I said, I was pacing up and down because I could just do one, but I'm like, no, I want to do something cool. So you get all of this. Yeah, and it'll come to you, and I'll explain more of the rules as we keep going. I gotta, excuse me here. Let me show you this. Yeah, so that's Diggo, and yeah, this is the pin set. Oh, and I didn't explain the pin set. So the way it works, let me put can I put a picture up? Should I put a picture up? Or you know what? I'll put a picture up right now. Or actually, let me show you, and then y'all put the picture up. So see this here, this thing here. So the idea is that you have this this pin, and there's a magic trick with it. So what you do is what is it? It's okay. So it's the 8s. So let me get the 8s out here. So you get that and that. And the idea is that you have this pin on you, and you say like you could have it on like a shirt or something that's dark, and then what happens is you force a card, and then you go, oh, was your card so let's say it's this one here. Then you would get the card once you get it, and you could put it behind it, and then you see a reveal there. You see the reveal? So like when this is on something dark like that, you can't see it. You just see the little dude, and then you go, oh, I knew what your card was. It was the Ace of Spades, and there's the Ace of Spades. And the other one would be the the 8 of clubs. Yeah, so you can see it there, 8 of clubs, 8 of clubs. You go, oh, is that your card? So that's the idea with this, and you get that comes in the pin set. So there's 3 reveals in here. There's this one, and then these 2 have reveals, and that's just the logo. Cool. So I'll put this away now, and then talk about the deck and what it's and what Diggo Decks is. Oh, I didn't show you all the picture. I took a picture of it. Check it out, of the things, of the buttons. Probably a better view than the thing. Oh my goodness, I'm stuttering. I'm sorry. Yeah, I've been really nervous about it, y'all. I was like, how do I do this? How do I do this? And I wanted to make sure I did something that is worthwhile to enter, you know, like get something, not just one deck, you know, but a bunch of stuff. So yeah, so let's talk about the deck. So we can open a new one so you can see all the cards in. This one is quasi broken. This one is not broken at all, brand new. This one is in a clip. This one is fully broken. And there's some of the stickers that I use. And I, you know, put them on there, right? Oh, how do you win? I should probably tell you how to win. Some of you are like, all right, dude, hurry up. Excuse me. Okay, to win and then I'm going to talk about this deck. So those of you that want to stay and know what it's about, stay. If you want to enter, you know, enter. And the way you enter is put a comment in this video and tell me what your favorite playing card deck is. Playing cards. And then, yeah, like the video. So favorite playing card deck, like the video, and subscribe to this channel. And that's it. It's pretty simple. And I'll figure out how to contact you. Yeah, so, man, my stomach is making a guest appearance right now. I've been really nervous about it. I'm serious. So, oh, and you have to be in, give me a USA address. So it's those three things. And I'll put that in the description as well. So it's subscribe, like the video, and yeah, tell me your favorite playing cards in the comment section. Okay, cool. So this is Diggo, and I'll show you a comic of him where he came. Oh, actually, let me go back before we show the comic. The logo. So where did this logo come from? So what is that about, right? So a long time ago, I wanted to start posting pictures of playing cards because I really like playing cards, and I was like, man, I want to take pictures of them because I see a lot of other creators doing that. They take pictures of playing cards, and I'm like, I want to do that too. I want to start taking pictures of playing cards, and I was like, I wanted a hobby, something else to do, like a camera. I wanted to get into cameras and do all this stuff. So I'll show you some pictures now that I took. There's one. Here's another one, maybe. I don't know what the speed is that I'm showing you. I'll show you like 3. Yeah, so anyway, I was like, I want to start an Instagram account. And I wanted to do something like, start posting the pictures and yeah, and like, I don't know, like just be a fan of playing cards, like an enthusiast. I like them. So then after I did that, I was like, man, I want to do a webcomic too. Like I want to start doing some more art because I'm an artist and an animator and a game designer. So right now I'm currently mostly a game designer at my job. And all opinions are my own, by the way. Yeah, and I love game design. And I used to be primarily in the art and animation side. I was an art director. And then before that and after that, I was an animator. So I did a lot of animation, and I've worked as an artist primarily in the video game industry. Yeah, and I miss doing so much art. So I started this little web comic of this little guy called Diggo, and he's a magician. He's the world's 4th greatest magician. Yeah, so whenever that happened, I was like, man, I want to start posting these on my own Instagram, and I wanted a logo. And somewhere in there, it's kind of blurry and kind of gray. I needed to make a little logo to start posting the playing card stuff and Diggo Decks, the Diggo comic guy. And this wasn't called Diggo Decks. This was just like a logo I was making for fun on the side. And then Diggo Decks, it's very blurry there. Yeah, so let me show you the logo again so you can... Yeah, so I made the logo. Before I made the logo, I was like, well, what kind of logo do I do? And I really like how a lot of other playing card companies do these kinds of logos. Can I come in? They're like always card related, right? So it looks like cards falling down, right? And I was like, I was from scratch. I'm like, I don't know what to do. And I was at church one day, and I was like, man, God, what do I do? And I'm just sitting there like thinking. I was not paying attention. And if you go to, I don't know if you all go to church, or some of you don't, or if you've never been, the church service is broken up into parts. And the first part is called the worship part. And that's where people are singing like, you gotta have Jesus in your heart, that kind of stuff. And everyone's clapping and singing and like, woo, and it's fun. And then I'm sitting there and I wasn't paying attention. I wasn't singing. I was just like looking around. And this guy is sitting in the front row, and he's like completely disheveled. Like he looks like he's had a rough time, in life and just in general, like his hair, his body, his clothes, everything. And Home Slice has his hand up, and he's praising, he's like singing. Like, I don't know if you've ever been to a more charismatic church, not where people are shaking around and acting like all weird and like crazy. No, this is more like more like calm, but he's singing and he's like waving his hand around, and he has this arm brace on, and the arm brace is jet black, and it has these huge buckles, to like tighten it. And the buckles are these like amazingly glossy colored buckles, and they're in this order, and it just looks so cool. And I'm like, oh, thank you, God. That's how I'm gonna do it. So that's what that is. The buckles were blue, red, green. I remember I even got a program. They give you a program. I don't know if you know this, but when you go to some services, they give you a program. And I even wrote it in the program, like blue, red, green. And yellow is my favorite color. So that's where the yellow comes in. And black, because the brace was black, the colors look good against it. So that's where that color scheme comes from. Yeah, and then the next thing is the gaff card, which I'll talk about in a second. Let's open a new one. Actually, this is a let's open some packs. Have I been recording? Okay. Sometimes I get worried. I'm like way into the video and I start to open a pack and I'm like, am I even recording? Look at that. Don't even need a tool. This is why you should buy the deck. Oh, and where does the money for the deck go? That's the other thing. You don't make money selling decks. You don't. This is not a business. This is an enthusiast project. I love playing cards, y'all, and very few people make money with these. I would say that it's probably like less than 1% of people that are in this industry truly make money with it. A lot of them are enthusiasts, and if some make money, they make money once, and then it's not like a career. You know what I mean? Very few people make it their career. Very few. Yeah, I'm selling these, and they're never going to go on sale. So the price that you see now is the price that will always be, and I will use the money that I make from this to make more decks. And I'm working on. I have 3, and I'll show you all. Oh, before we get into this deck, so where did this deck come from? This is gonna be a long video. It's chatty. Hang out if you want. Put it on in the background. Look over every once in a while. I'm gonna show you all some prototypes. So I made a lot of prototypes. So why did I land with this one? And let's open this up. So there's the seal. I'm going all over the place. I apologize. I should have had like an outline. I'll talk about that in a second. This is the side. Diggo Decks. Oh, and Diggo Decks is the name of this dude. That's Diggo. His last name is Decks, and he's a magician, world's 4th. Sorry, I got a little distracted. But so y'all know the color scheme now. This is 1st edition. You do need the tool. Not really, but I just used it because I'm cool. And it's traditional cut. Traditional cut, you could tell because of the flipped card there. That's the gaff, and I'll explain that in a second. And then I'm going to show you all the deck, and then I'm going to explain why I ended up here. Okay? So you get 2 jokers in the deck. You get the 2 Diggo Sport Edition, and they're like all sporty. Yeah, and they're only true color here. So they're 4. I did 4 colors on them only. There's no like shading and stuff like that. The next deck will have that. And you'll see. I'll show y'all what the next decks I'm doing are, so y'all can understand. Because I've mentioned that a lot, and I don't know if I should show you because it's a snail's pace. Because I got a job, I got family, that stuff's priority. And I like doing these videos. So that's and then you get a double backer. So just know that that's a double backer. That's the ace in the deck. I went with very bold and simple, not too elaborate. Sport Edition, and I'm doing the color scheme. So the color scheme is throughout the deck, as you see there. And the reason I'm doing this because it's primarily a cardistry deck, but you can also use the deck to play games. So I designed it in a way where, see, when you're holding the cards in your hand, you're primarily looking at the pips or at the indices, right? So you're looking at that, and it's like, well, I know that I have 3 red cards. The color scheme doesn't bleed into the indices, right? So it stays within the pips indices. I'm probably getting it back. I always get it backwards. So that's the ace, and let me show you the other aces in the courts. The 10 has all the colors, and then you see that sporty color in the middle there. I went with a small thing, and that decision was primarily for cardistry. By the way, when I finish this deck, because there's a lot of work that goes into this. I know it seems very simple, but there's a ton of work that goes into making all the files for all of these cards. And I had one of the cards was like upside down, and I went like this, and I was like, oh my goodness, the Sport Edition should be on the other side. And I freaked out. I'm like, no. But no, actually the card was just upside down. This is a one-way deck as well. And I'll show you all the back design in a second. So all the courts, custom colors, and that's the standard. I was going to do custom indices and custom pips and indices, but I didn't. And the next, I have another one. I have 2 more that I'm doing that do have that. Yeah, this is one of my favorites. The Jack of Diamonds. Boom, that came out pretty cool. The diamonds came out pretty cool. Diamonds usually don't get love. My next deck too will the Jack of Clubs, which is my favorite card. So I want to explain to y'all the gaff. And with the aces, I didn't show. All the aces look like this. They have the mini ball, and I'm trying to keep the deck. Let me show you the ace of hearts. So they look like that. They have the mini like ball with Sport Edition. I'm trying to keep the deck in one way so I can show you a fan what that looks like. And again, I wanted to do one way. And y'all that watch my videos know that I'm fanning is like my least. Oh, that one came out pretty cool. The least thing that I can do. Not the best. And the stock is really good. This is premium. 1,000 units, so this you can't do crush with 1,000, but you can get the premium stuff. And this is really good stock. And I'll show you all some a broken in one that I have going on right now. Just to show y'all, I've been beating the crap out of it. Oh, new feels so good. I want to break this in. I have another one that's half broken in, half as in I want to show you what it's like when you just play with it a little bit. So this is brand new, traditional. Oh, which traditional? I always do it backwards. Traditionally, you have to ferro like that. But yeah, so they feel like premium bikes. Like the stock is really good. Why did I end up with white? So originally I wasn't going to do the white one. So I did a lot of prototypes, and you're probably wondering what this is over here. And I'll show y'all maybe right now. Let's bring it up. I'm going to make a cue for myself to show y'all the prototype picks. Okay, so we'll start with this one. A lot of people like this one. Let me show you a picture of it. Maybe a couple pictures. People love this deck. I've gotten a lot of comments about this one. I felt like this one was too bold for the first one to be the first back design, and also these indices are standard. I was going to just do a back with standard, completely standard indices, and faces and courts. Everything was going to be in the pips. Everything was going to be fully standard to bikes. So that's what this is. And this stock is okay. The colors are pretty cool. It looks neat. I mean, it's a lot of color, right? So I might do this one, a low run of this. I need to sell more decks to be able to, like, because it costs money. It costs money, y'all. This ain't free. It ain't cheap. And like I said, you don't really make money with this. So if I get enough people that are like interested, and maybe I can do a Kickstarter. I don't know. The big one I want to do is a Kickstarter. So let me put the one over there. This is the one I originally wanted to do. Let me post some pictures up of this. So this was my first. This was going to be my first deck, and this is, like I said, my favorite color. I love this. And for this, I was going to do also standard pips and everything standard originally. And then so I'm making these. Oh, I love this one. This one's like quasi broken in too, so it feels really soft. It's super glossy too. I love this deck. Sorry, let me just say hello for a bit. Let me just say hello for a bit. Ooh, let me do it. Oh man, the cuts on this is not so bad. That little push I did there looks better from another angle. But yeah, can you do? Oh, anyway, so sorry. This is the one I wanted to do. Nobody really got in. Like, no one was really reacting to this. I'll do this in the future if my decks sell more and I get more, or I do some Kickstarter or something, and I have extra. The money will not be used to for other stuff unless I need to. It's going to be used 100% for the cards. Like, I want to make more cards. Like, I love this. I want this one to be, but this is not going to be the next one. This one, the new version of this one is not standard faces in everything. It's completely new stuff. It's Diggo. I'm doing Diggo with it. And that one's like halfway through. I'm almost done with that one. But again, it's like printing it costs money. Costs a lot of money. And then I did some prototypes, right? So I'm doing these prototypes. Let me show you all some prototype stuff. So you saw this. I showed this, okay? I did a prototype version of, look at those jokers. Big old joker. Boom. So this is more, this is closer to what's in the yellow one. Yeah, see the yellow one. And then I did like this stuff. Look at that. Wacky. And then there's that, which you already saw. But I did this one, right? So I did one. I'm like, what would this look like, right? Because what if I try something like light, you know? That's this one right here. This video getting long, you know. Let's see. That's it. And again, this is where I started playing with like color and. But before I did that, I did just one, and these colors are a little different. It's super subtle. This one has more of a red gray. It's like, if on the camera, I don't know if it's picking it up, but in person you can see it's super duper subtle, this color here. And everyone liked the picture and everyone was commenting. I got like, you know, I was just putting stuff on Instagram and on other places and just like Reddit or something. I don't remember where, but just putting stuff. And the yellow one, no one really said stuff. Like I'd get like a few likes, like 3. I'm like, okay. And then I did this one and I got more traction. And I'm like, oh, maybe people like that better. And yeah, so see, look at these are super bold. Look at that, bruh. And I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna focus on this one then, because people like this one. And yeah, I wanted to just kind of get some more people to like react, I guess. I don't know what the word is. Like, oh, you like this? Like, okay, I'm going to keep going. I'm going to keep exploring it. So I did some prototypes, and then I started redesigning, and then that's when I decided to go with USB-C. And then there's a whole process. So those I made quickly. You saw they were standard. These are different. So these are standard, but like modified, so they're smaller. You see how smaller that is? Usually this is huge, like this covers up the whole thing. And the reason for that is when you're doing cardistry, I wanted the bold, so you could do white or you could do the yellow or whatever. You have a boldness, and then whenever you flip, you get a little bit, you can see the flips better, you know, like, and that's the reason for the one way as well. To be able to know where you are, like know like where the card is, like when you're doing magic, like here, I'll show you. So that's the 10 of hearts. So I could go like, whoa, maybe not like that. This is let me use a broken in one that's got my grips all on it. Okay, so and you can see this is a broken in one. This one has been used like crazy. I've dropped cards. I've stepped on. It's super duper good. USB-C makes some of the best cardistry stock. Okay, so let me find like some good cards. So the Ace of Clubs, right? So we have the Ace of Clubs. And then what you could do is you could go like, so I'm tracking the card, right? I know where, oh wait, this is very embarrassing. Usually, I'm like, so, oh my goodness. Sorry. So the Ace of Clubs. Okay. So whenever you're doing like something like this, where you're doing that, and then you're like, see the card's not there, and then you can, you know, I'm and I can see what's going on, you know, and what was it, the Ace of Clubs, right? And then you can go boom, Ace of Clubs. But whenever it's one way, it's easier for me to see where it's at, you know, like I know that it's like, oh, it's not the 10. Anyways, that's why I did it. That was probably a very, very bad example. I promise when I'm alone and the camera isn't on, everything works much better. Yeah, so this one feels, it's so soft. Like, look at that. You could just, look at that. It's so easy. And that's what I meant about the push off whenever I go like this. So whenever I bring that up, this clip shift or skirt move, I have a move that I do where I push it over. You can't, it looks much better from the side because you can see it looks like cards are coming out. Anyways, I'm talking too much, but yeah, so where was I? Oh, and I have to tell you about the gaff. So cards feel great. I recommend it. Of course I do. It's my deck. But I'm being honest. Like, if y'all know, I'm not messing around. I really like USBCC, and I'm really starting to like Cardamundi too. I'm thinking about the next one being Cardamundi. Cardamundi or Legends maybe. Or maybe stick with USBC. Okay, so the Jack of Clubs is my favorite card. The most powerful card in the deck is the King of Spades next to the aces, right? So the only thing they can take out in poker is the aces, and then the King of Spades, right? So the idea is the Jack of Clubs is the lowest card in the courts, right? And the King of Spades is the highest card in the courts. So the idea is that this card here, right? So what you do is, and I can show you all a quick trick too that you can do with this deck. So you have the King of Spades. You're telling a story, and you're like, hey, the King of Spades, and the King of Spades. Well, the King of Spades is going to go to sleep one night, right? And then what you do is you put the card into the deck. And you can do this any way you want to, because what I'm going to show you, there's a way better ways. Like I've done this routine a million different times. And the Jack of Clubs wants to be the and I've never done this from the top. You are going to see everything. So the Jack of Clubs wants to be the king. But we all know, and then what you do is you clip the card, and then you put the card down, and you say you clip the card down, and then what you do is the Jack of Clubs turns into this card. And you're like, the Jack of Clubs can never be the king, because they will always see the blood on his hands. So if you look closely, that's the Jack of Clubs. So it's the same guy inside the King of Spades, but the King of Spades is now red, which normally the King of Spades is black. So that's the idea. So the idea is you do a color change. And there's a million ways to do color changes. You just saw one of my favorites, which I should do a tutorial on too, eventually. I've showed it to a lot of people and they've never seen that one. And I don't think I made it up, but it came naturally after learning others. Man, that feels good. That's a good deck. Anyways, so yeah, so this is Diggo Decks. This is what the deck is. Diggo Decks is, I'm a card enthusiast. I love playing cards. I love Magic. I love Cardistry. Right now I'm really into Cardistry. I don't perform anymore. I used to perform at the studio where I worked. And I wouldn't say perform, but I would just, like, at happy hours and stuff, I would pull out. People would be like, do some tricks. So I'd do tricks there. Or I would force tricks on them. Hey, let me show you a trick. Yeah, and then, the world changed, as everybody knows, and I've been at my desk a lot, and I've been practicing a lot of Cardistry, and buying collector decks and things like this, and really getting into collecting decks, and yeah. So, right, that's the video. Pretty much it. Wanted to share this with you. I deleted the other video about this deck because I wanted to make this one. I think this one's better. It's much longer. It's 40 minutes long. It's like a podcast. Go ahead and listen to it. Whatevs. Yeah, and I'll tell you once again how to enter the contest. Oh, how long is it going to be? I should probably put all this in the description for people that don't have time to watch me chitter-chatter all day long, but still want to win. So, this is what you're going to do. You're going to like this video, subscribe to the channel, write a comment down at the bottom that explains that what is your favorite playing cards, your favorite playing card deck, and then and then 2 weeks. So I don't have a calendar with me, but exactly 14 days from this day. So whatever day this is, count 14 days, and that day, maybe the day after that, somewhere around there, I'll post a maybe I can do another video where I show the winner, or I can do a post on Instagram. I don't know how I'll do it. Maybe I'll do another video and just announce the winners in that video, and yeah. Oh, and then if you don't remember what you're going to get, go back and look, and there's going to be one more sticker in there of Diggo that I'm getting. It's a simple one, but it's a bigger one, and it's kind of cool. Put it on a skateboard, your car, notepad, something. All right, that's the video. Like, subscribe. Thanks for watching. God bless all of you, and I'll see you in the next one. Cheers!